Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So it is that time of the month where I have to fill you in on my charity donations. Now, if you have been here a while, you will know that I have hit several stumbling blocks when it comes to my charity donations, sadly. And my suspicion and prediction for this month came true. I only have my crocheted pairs of hearts to show you this month. I have not found anywhere else that I can feasibly donate to at the moment. Yes, the charity that takes the hearts does have other items that they require, but they are not something that I can facilitate at the moment. So I think moving forward, it's just going to be the hearts, unless I find something that I really can get on board with and facilitate and it be viable. My crochet time lately has been very sparse and I haven't managed to get nowhere near as much done on any of my projects or anything that I want to make or things in the pipeline that I had planned. So there is a little bit of crochet frustration going on for Manfa at the moment as well. But I am doing the best I can with the time that I've got and the capabilities that are open to me. So as it stands at the time of filming, I do have the 40 pairs of hearts done. However, not all of the ends have been woven in. They haven't been attached together and they haven't been packaged up, but they will be before the end of the month, because when you're watching this, we do still have a smidgy bit of September left. So I am going to open up my project bag and I am going to show you this month's endeavours as it stands now, which is not beautifully tied up in a bow and in shiny packages as normal, but that's okay. This is real life, right? So some of them I have made a start on weaving in ends and tying together. But I just haven't managed to get as far into this project as I had hoped. Just lots going on, guys, and I'm not in a flow, I'm not in a rhythm. It's all a bit scattered, it's all a bit bitty at the minute. That's okay, it's just a phase. I'm sure it will settle down. So the ones that I have managed to put together, I will show you. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry if you're counting on a project. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I am a quarter of the way complete, because as you know, I do try and do 40 pairs a month, and then twice this year I wanted to do 50 a month, so that by the end of the year I have donated 500 pairs of hearts, which is a total of 1,000 individual hearts. Look at that quick math. So yeah, a quarter of the way to completion. The others are made, like I said, but they're just not paired and woven in yet. There's another pair. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and I will explain what these are for the newbies in just a second. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Come on, where are you? 39. And there he is. 40. So for these projects, or these hearts, I have been using my 5mm dots and scraps. These are great little scrap busters. It takes me between 4 and 5 minutes to make each heart, so they're really nice and quick. I can normally whip a couple up in between doing jobs around the house, for example, little palette cleansers in between my bigger projects. And basically I do these hearts for a charity here in the UK called NHAP. The sideline just for the hearts is Hearts Healing Hearts. NHAP stands for Needles, Hooks, Angels and Premies, and they make all sorts of different things for various places and various people in need. But the Hearts Healing Hearts portion of it are these pairs of hearts, and they get given to families in quite heartbreaking situations. They can be given to families who have a loved one in hospital long term, somebody in hospice. They are given out to funeral homes, funeral parlours, because the idea behind them is they are matching hearts between 1 and 4 inches in size even. Nice bright colours, not too dark, but matching pair, so that one can be given to the family to keep forever and one can be given to the loved one, whether it be just a temporary separation or, in the case of the funeral parlours, permanent separation. They will forever be connected by their matching hearts. And I just love that idea. It brings comfort in a time of deep distress, sorrow, sadness, worry, whatever the case may be. It brings comfort knowing you are forever connected with that person who is your whole world. That bond can never be broken, and I just fell in love with the concept. Back when the pandemic was on, I did a lot of pairs of hearts for hospitals so that the hospitals could give a heart to the family and a heart to the person in the hospital. I did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. It was for, it was just various hospitals who directly requested them. It wasn't a part of NHAP back then, but then I found NHAP and Hearts Healing Hearts, and I thought these are really, really lovely, sentimental, meaningful little items that can mean so much to somebody, like I said, at a really tough time. And what better way to use up my scraps, As crafters, I'm sure you can completely agree with me that when you make larger projects, sometimes we have bits and bobbles left over. And if you're anything like me, they sit in bags and bins. you know, just languishing, not really knowing what to do with them. And because they don't take an awful lot of yarn for each heart, it's a good way of getting those scraps out of the big, you know, the bins, the bags, the boxes, wherever you keep them, and turn them into something that is so precious, and letting someone else benefit from, you know, the little odds and sods that we just can't let go of or don't know what to do with. I did a lot of the dark green pears this time because this month, the month's challenge was to start making Christmas themed hearts. So I'm going to try and bag all of these darker green ones together and separate them so that they can include these with the Christmas pairs of hearts that they're trying to organise. But I didn't want to crack into any new skeins. I wanted to use the scraps that I had. I found this Christmassy green. My camera isn't making the colour accurate, but it is, you know, a suitable Christmas green. So like I said, I will keep this colour separated with a little note on them saying to put towards the Christmas totals, because sadly, you know, some of, you know, illness and people on their journey to passing away, it doesn't stop just because it's Christmas time. And actually, if you're going through that level of stress and upset at, you know, the time of year where it is supposed to be about family and happiness and joy, and it's really not for you, to know that a complete stranger has taken their time, their resources and their love to create something so small but so meaningful, hopefully gives them a little bit of comfort that there are others out there that think of them, and they do care, and they're putting their skills and their supplies to good use. So that is why I've continued to do this every single month. Moving into next year, I don't know if I'm going to continue the hearts or not. Even though it is such a lovely thing to do, they don't take very long. They eat up my scraps for me. I don't think I'm going to be giving myself a target for every month. I might do them as and when I've got the time or it tickles my fancy to do so, because, you know, doing it all year long and by the end of the year making 500 pairs, I'm getting just a smidge of heart burnout, and I feel bad and guilty about that, because why am I getting burnout on things that really don't take a lot of time and mean so much? But I'm not one of those crafters that can just mass produce all the time and it not become wearing after a while. And this is just me being open and honest and frank with you. I am going to continue for the rest of the year. So obviously we've got October, November and December. I have done the 2 months where I wanted to do 50 pairs. So I am on target. So for the last 3 months of the year, I am going to aim to do my 40 pairs as I had planned. It will be a really good target, a really good total to get to. You know, if I get that 500, it will mean that there are 500 families out there that my hearts have touched. But however much that is lovely, that is also tinged with a bit of sadness that so many families needed them. We can't keep up with demand. No sooner do people donate loads and loads and loads of pairs, you know, the call out is always there, sadly. The supplies don't last for long, and there is such a high turnover for these hearts that we could never ever stockpile and just have boxes of them on hand. I don't think we'll ever get to the stage where you know, we're at a comfortable level and they don't have to keep putting out the plea, which, you know, is another reason why I feel slightly guilty that I'm getting a little bit of burnout. I think what happens with me is I get so sidetracked on some of my other projects that I suddenly realise that I've only got a little bit of the month left, and if I'm going to hit my target, I need to get going. And then that means that I am factory producing all 40 pairs in one hit, and that is just, you know, a little bit too much. I don't have the luxury, you know, to spend every single day crafting on the things that I love. I work full time, I've got the family, I have other projects and other segments that I need to do work on and work for. So I don't really organise myself to spread the hearts out in a more manageable and enjoyable way. So I think that's contributing to it a little bit. But I am going to see the year out, and then you know, hopefully something else will come along that I want to be a part of, and maybe make something else for somebody else. And that be a little project for next year. I mean, I know that the demand is always there. It's always there for me to contribute to, but I do need to make, you know, just need to vary it a little bit for myself, and get other, you know, help others as well. Don't just stick to one organisation. There are loads of organisations out there that need various bits and pieces. So we'll see. I got the 40 pairs done. I now need to spend hours weaving in all of those ends and attaching them together. And, you know, you get burnout on that if that's all you're doing for a whole day or a whole evening. But it will get done. I always get it done. I'm determined to hit my target. But yeah, it is a lot, but it is a lot for all the right reasons, if that makes sense. So there we go. Just the 40 pairs of crocheted hearts this month for charitable things. But that's still quite a bit. I mean, if you could see the pile next to me. In fact, I'm going to move the camera so that you can see the pile next to me. You know, that is quite a lot. If I try and bring you, sorry for the bad camera skills, if I bring you around, that is, you know, quite a behemoth pile every month that I need to wade through. So yeah, it's a gorgeous thing and I love doing it, but I'm getting tired, and that's okay. That doesn't make me a bad person, it makes me human. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, so another 40 pairs that will go off to Hearts Healing Hearts again this month. Really, really pleased that I was able to at least tick that box, because there's been a lot of boxes I wanted to tick that I'm not going to manage to, but that's okay. We can only get done what we can get done, and we got to give ourselves a little bit of grace and a little bit of kindness to ourselves, so I'm trying to do that. So let me know, guys, do you make anything for charity? What do you regularly donate, or what are you considering doing in the future? I'm just so bummed that the other things that I tried to get on board with just haven't really worked out in my favour. Hopefully things will change in the near future to mean that I can get back on track with those. The things that I've already made, hopefully one day I will eventually be able to get them out. But as it stands at the minute, I've got piles of donations that can't go anywhere, and I'm not going to be making things just to add to that pile to sit there. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a but we will get there. We will find a way. A solution will present itself, and in the meantime, I will carry on hitting my target of 500 pairs for the year. Yes, I will. So it's midweek for you guys. I hope the week is treating you kind. I hope the week is treating me kind. I'm actually filming this last Saturday, so I haven't started the week that you're currently in. I know YouTube time travel still blows my mind, but I hope it is a good one. As always, I appreciate your time so, so much. Please come back on Friday for this week's crafty catch up. What did Manfa get done? Not a lot, but there is a little bit, so I am happy to share that with you on Friday. But apart from that, that's all we need to speak about right now. So there we have it. I will see you on Friday, but until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.